Wiley sees a dead body in the pool. Sonny set up for murder. General Hospital spoilers. The summer sun beat down on Port Charles, illuminating every crevice of the Corinthos estate. The peaceful sound of birds chirping and the faint hum of pool jets masked the horror lying beneath the shimmering surface. For young Wiley Corinthos, the pool is usually a place of joy, a place to splash, laugh, and spend time with his family. But this morning, everything changed. Wiley's tiny feet padded across the patio tiles as he clutched a half-empty juice box. Amelia was inside playing with her toys, and Willow was upstairs getting ready for brunch with Carly. Wiley, drawn by a strange shimmer in the pool, paused. At first, he thought it was a floating toy, maybe one of Sonny's decorative floats that had drifted out of place. But as he approached the edge of the pool, his face went pale. There, face down and lifeless, was a body. Blonde hair fanned out in the water like a ghostly halo. The dress, once white, now soaked in red and dragging beneath the surface, tangled in the pool's vacuum. The lifeless hand bobbed gently in the waves, perfectly still. Wiley let out a scream that echoed across the estate. Within seconds, Drew, who had been jogging by the gate, came rushing in, followed by Willow, Carly, and Michael. What they found made their blood run cold. The body was unmistakably that of Sasha Gilmore. Detective Chase arrived swiftly, along with PCPD forensics. The area was roped off, and Wiley was escorted away by Willow, who struggled to stay calm. She was doing better, Willow whispered, trembling. She was clean. She was hopeful again. Michael held her tightly, but his jaw clenched as his eyes darted around the estate. His father's estate. Sonny's estate. I don't understand, Carly murmured. What was Sasha doing here? And why? Why here of all places? Meanwhile, inside the guest house, Ava Jerome watched through slitted blinds. Her hand trembled as she held her phone to her ear. It's done, she whispered. Now, let's see if Sonny takes the fall. On the other end of the call, Martin Gray exhaled. Then everything we've planned hinges on Wiley's story. Let's hope the kid saw enough, just enough. The autopsy report came back quickly. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Drowned post-mortem. A struggle. No drugs in her system. But it was the detail about where she died, at Sonny's home, that set the entire town buzzing. Sonny, who had been out of town visiting Christina, returned to a swarm of flashing cameras and angry detectives. You think I had something to do with this? Sonny growled, confronting Chase in the foyer. She was like a daughter to me. We have evidence you were scheduled to meet Sasha here that morning, Chase said firmly. And Wiley says he saw someone yelling at her before she ended up in the pool. Michael, standing silently in the corner, stared at his father. He remembered Wiley's exact words. Grandpa was yelling. He was mad. She fell, then the water was red. Sonny's entire world started to tilt. Behind closed doors at the Quartermain mansion, Brooke Lynn was shaken. I don't like this, she hissed to Chase when he visited her later that night. Wiley's just a kid. He doesn't understand what he saw. He saw someone in black yelling, Chase said. That's enough. We're not coaching him, we're listening. And if Sonny is innocent, we'll know. But right now, this kid might be the only eyewitness. But someone was coaching Wiley, someone close. That someone was Nina Reeves. Though she claimed to be trying to repair her relationship with Willow and Wiley, she had her own motives. She wanted Sonny safe but also separated. And when she discovered Sasha's secret, one that could destroy both Deception and Sonny, she knew she had to act. Sasha had uncovered the truth. Nina had been manipulating SEC documents through Valentine to bankrupt Carly and ruin Drew. Sasha, morally clean now, had planned to go to Michael. So Nina acted. She didn't kill Sasha herself. But she made sure the person who would was ready. Gladys Corbin. After being kicked out of town by Sasha and Sonny, Gladys had quietly returned, broke, angry, and desperate. Nina, armed with favors and cold cash, found her. She wants to ruin you, Nina whispered to Gladys over drinks. She's telling everyone how you laundered money through Brando's garage and tried to sell Sasha's shares. It's prison for you if she talks. Gladys had too much to lose. Nina's plan was devilish and simple. Lure Sasha to the estate under the guise of reconciliation. Make it look like a heated argument. Let the security cameras malfunction. Then let Gladys lose her temper, just like she always had. It worked. Sasha fought back, but one accidental shove against the stone edge of the pool was all it took. The crack of her skull echoed like a gunshot. Panicked, Gladys left her there. Nina arrived moments later, stared at Sasha's lifeless body, and calmly pushed it into the pool. Wiley's words were used in the courtroom of public opinion. Sonny's businesses were frozen, his alliances frayed, and even his bodyguards started pulling back. "I didn't do this," he told Carly. "You believe me, right?" "I want to," she whispered. "But Wiley saw you. Or someone he thought was you. And if you were here..." "I wasn't," Sonny bellowed. But the damage was done. The headline screamed, "Sasha Gilmore dead. Sonny Corinthos suspect number 1. Brooklyn drew, even Dex were wary. Dante was suspended for interfering. Jocelyn used the scandal to turn Trina against Sonny again. In the silence, Michael watched. Something didn't sit right. He believed Wiley saw what he saw, but Michael didn't believe his father was capable of killing Sasha. And so, Michael began to investigate. Michael traced the phone records. Sasha had received a call before heading to Sonny's from Nina. That call was deleted from Sasha's voicemail, but Michael's tech contact recovered it. "Let's talk at Sonny's. I'll make sure no one interrupts. I know how to fix this for both of us." Michael stared at the waveform. His chest tightened. He remembered Sasha's last voicemail to him. "I'm finally going to be free of them. I'm telling the truth. Meet me tonight." Only now it made sense. Nina silenced her. Michael cornered Nina at Crimson. "You sent Sasha to that house. You knew what Gladys would do." Nina didn't deny it. "I saved you," she said. "I kept her from ruining everything. Your family, your father's empire. I did this for you and Willow. For Wiley." Michael looked disgusted. "Don't you ever say my son's name again." With Dex's help, Michael acquired drone footage from a neighbor's security system, something the PCPD had missed. On it, a blurry image of Gladys sneaking onto the estate that morning. It matched the time Sasha died. They presented it to Chase and Jordan. Combined with Sasha's voicemail, a case was built. Wiley, when asked again gently by Willow, offered something new. "I saw the lady with yellow hair. She pushed the other one, then ran away. It wasn't Grandpa." That sealed it. Gladys was arrested at a rundown motel outside Beecher's Corners. She confessed everything under pressure, but insisted Nina had made her do it. Nina, facing obstruction and conspiracy charges, was arrested shortly after. Her face, once glowing with smug satisfaction, turned pale as cameras clicked and microphones crowded her at Crimson. "I loved Sasha," she sobbed. "I didn't mean for her to die. I just wanted to protect everything." But the town didn't want excuses. Sonny, cleared, returned home quietly. Willow, heartbroken, admitted she had suspected Nina, but never dreamed she could be involved in something so final. At Sasha's memorial, Willow gave a moving eulogy. She was more than a survivor. She was a warrior. And she died trying to make the world better, even if those closest to her betrayed her in the worst way. Michael stood beside her, his hand on her back. He knew their family had changed forever. Sonny looked around at the gathered mourners. He had weathered many storms, but this one left scars. Wiley, too young to understand the depth of what he'd witnessed, held Amelia's hand and stared at the pool's calm surface. "Mommy, is the angel still there?" he whispered. Willow knelt beside him.
"No, baby.
She's free now. And safe." Behind them, Ava stood alone in the shadows. She hadn't killed Sasha, but she knew what Nina had planned. She'd said nothing. She had let the chaos unfold, because she wanted Sonny back in her orbit, and this was the first step. As the funeral ended and the crowd departed, Ava turned to Sonny. "I never doubted you." Sonny looked at her long and hard, then walked away. But she smiled, because now that Nina was gone, the path was clear.